Hi, it's Terry. I'm here today to show you a quick demo of how to fix an image within MidJourney. Now we're going to do two things, and I'm going to do it as fast as I can. No point in belaboring this. First, I want to show you how to fix an image that was created within MidJourney, and then we're going to go and fix this infamous image of our rock child, who, I'll tell you, I fixed a couple things in the image, had it in my blog post, had it in an email ready to go, and then I looked down and thought, oh my gosh, she's growing out of a rock. This is the fixed image, so we'll get to that in a minute. And she was not created in MidJourney. I created her in Ideogram. So I'm going to show you how to create an image in MidJourney that you created in MidJourney, and how to also fix something that was created elsewhere, or even a picture you've taken within MidJourney. So we're going to get to that, but first I want to show you a couple of examples of fixing an image that you made in MidJourney. And one thing I do want to mention before we start is that most of the time you're just better off to run the prompt again and try to get a better image. But if you've done that to the point that you're blue in the face and you're just done and over it and no longer even want the image, the best thing to do, you can attempt to make some fixes. I don't suggest fixing an image that has a ton of problems in it, because MidJourney, as with all AI, tends to hallucinate and won't always give you the fixes you want. So I don't make any promises of how our outcome is going to be today, but I will show you some ideas of how to do this. So here we go. All right, so our first image is this cute little witch that I made for a garden flag. And notice that as cute as she is, her hand, while this one has the right number of fingers, it's turned the wrong direction for the perspective to her in relationship to her arm. So that's a little creepy. I had already fixed the fingers to go 4 fingers and a thumb, but then I noticed it was still wonky because of being facing the wrong direction. So we're just going to pick up right there. And so first thing I'm going to do is you can see my brush is right here. I'm going to pull this down, make the brush a little bit smaller so that maybe I can get her in one go. And that's close enough. I can click it a couple times. So the whole thing is, not only do you highlight what you want to fix, but you give it enough space so that if what you're doing takes more space, it allows that in the image. Otherwise, it might shrink it and change the size relationship. So that's kind of something important to do. And the original image prompt was a gnome dressed as a Halloween witch, complete with the witch's broom and other witch images and emblems. It's a vector, white background cartoon, and you can see I made it back in version 5.1. Well, I'm going to take out what I did before that got me the 4 fingers and a thumb, but didn't get me the right direction hand. And I'm going to put in I'm pasting it, as you can see. Fix hand, so she's holding the staff in the right perspective. And I'm going to put a period there. And hit submit. And you can see the 1 there. That means 1 round of image creation is being done on my creation canvas. So we'll go over here and see if it works, because sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. This one looks like it might be doing the deal. 47%, 63. Yeah, that one's working right. So there, we at least have 1, I know that. 100%. Let's pick it up and see. Now you can see that her hand is turned the other direction. It put the glove back on, which in the original image she had a glove, and it looks like she has glove in parts of it and maybe glove knotted like it's a fingerless glove. So I'm not thrilled with that, but I think for our purposes it might be enough. But let's look at what the other ones did. All right, here we go. We've got a hand. And this one happens to have 4 fingers and a thumb. So I think that we would be good with that image. Let's see, the other one's still turned the wrong way. And then here again, it put the glove on her, but now she only has 3 fingers. So you have to look really closely at things that are important. Hands, feet, tends to have a little bit of a wonky. So I'm going to call that good. I don't need to go down the road of doing it several times, because you've already seen that it works. Okay, so next one we're going to do is this cute giraffe that's part of my Spring Fling Menagerie whimsical animal set. And I don't know that I used him because he did turn out to be a little bit tough to work on. For some reason, he just wasn't cooperating when I tried to make some changes. You can see up here, add a second ossicle in the highlighted area. It didn't happen, didn't work. But we're going to try again because it never hurts to try again. And again, make a new image if you can. It's the best option. But when you finally find the image you're just in love with, sometimes you just have to go down the rabbit hole. So I invite you down the rabbit hole with me right now on this because he may not cooperate. It's been known to be that way. Taking our erase and our brush size, made it smaller. And this won't cover the entire thing, so I'll have to run it around there. And what I'm going to do here is, because it's been, I know, knowingly uncooperative, I'm going to remove the whole prompt, and I'm just going to write remove highlighted area. Now, one of two things will happen. Well, three things. One, nothing might happen because that's sometimes what happens. Another that might happen is that it will not do it. It will put back a palm, and it might just put back the bird. We will find that out. So let's just run it. I've got it on erase because I do want to erase it this time. Hit submit, edit. And over here we can see that it's starting to do it. We're just going to do it in 2 steps this time. Now see what's happening is that it's putting what it believes should be there. So I didn't even have to prompt it to put the ossicle in. And so here we go, we've got it. Now, if you wanted, you could go and highlight this area and ask it to add a bird. I'm not going to do that because that could open up a whole other can of worms. But now we have our beautiful, cute, adorable little giraffe, complete with both of his palms. So anyway, there you go. That is our second way of going. And then the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to create an image that was not originally created within MidJourney. And let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we're going to our edit screen. And because this is coming from outside of MidJourney, we need to bring the image in. If you have a URL, you can use a URL to do it. In my case, I'm going to upload it from my computer. And here we have our treasure hunt fail image. Coming. There we go. There you go. So I will say I had done a couple of edits to it prior. Her hand was a little bit wonky. And then I had it in my email. I had it in my blog. Email's ready to go. And something was bugging me. And I went back and looked and saw, oh my gosh, she's growing out of a rock. Now, some of you, we did our little guess what's wrong with this picture game. Some saw a mermaid's tail, which I suppose could be. It's a very weird mermaid's tail. So either way, it needed to be fixed. And I'm going to show you now how I fixed it. And so we're in the edit now. You can see erase is clicked, and I've got my brush. Let's make it a little bit smaller just so that I have a little bit more control. Although you want to give it enough space to make the fix. Now, originally when I fixed it, I had a little bit of issue because when you start talking about body parts in children, the AI guards come out and say, no, we don't really like you talking about that. And so I had to come up with another way of saying it. And I think the first time I came up with, I highlighted the rock and said, fix her legs, which worked for me. Today I'm going to try just what happens if we just say remove the rock, because that also keeps us from mentioning any body parts. And it's good that it's there to help protect those that would use this in a nefarious way. But it gets frustrating when you're trying to figure out how to use your words and come up with different ways of saying things. And I think that's one of the things I think is great about AI, especially making images, is it really does help you learn how to phrase things differently and think creatively in your words. So, I mean, just one of the side things that I kind of like to laugh about. And so this, I made it a little small, but that's okay. I've got the rock, tail, whatever you want to call it, highlighted. And now we're going to go up to the top as soon as we can make it go. There we go. And we're going to say remove rock. I'm just curious what'll happen. This is just really a test for me. Highlighted rock. Hit submit. And in this one, it doesn't go and show up over with your create. It comes over here on the sidebar so that you can decide what you like before you actually save it into MidJourney into your portfolio. So let's give it a second. You can see they're running the percentages. Now let's see if we've gotten anything out of it or if it just left her hanging. Who knows? Well, here she's got a couple legs. They're a little weird, but it could work. There you go. That could work. She's just leaning on it. And let's look at it a little bit closer. But I think that actually is almost possibly even a better image than how I recreated it the first time. That would have been my answer. There again, she's a little bit more natural pose. And that's a little odd, but again, gets the message across. She's just squatting on the floor, on the ground, looking at her the jewels she's finding. A little bit odd in the back. And you know, here's the thing is you can really obsess or you can just run another image. I mean, I had a bunch of other images I could have chosen, but I really liked this little girl, and that's why I chose to go ahead and fix her. Oh, I did miss a step. All right. Once you have the one you would like, I should have mentioned this, you would, and I actually think I don't like that one. I like this one, I think, the best. Do I like that one the best? I like that one the best. It makes her leg look a little more proportional. All you do is go down here and click to upscale it to the gallery, and then you're going to go up to your organize file, and there she is, all ready to go. So hope this was helpful. Have a good rest of your day. Answer in the comment in the comments below. Show me pictures you are fixing. Show me the failed image or the one you want to improve and your improved image, or just ask questions and I'll see what I can do to help you. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.